Exposed. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you.
As we all clearly know, Jeffree Star has been very silent for the past few weeks since all the drama went down online. If you're nosy like me, you're probably wondering what exactly is happening behind the scenes right now. Are Shane and Jeffree still friends? Are lawyers involved from all sides? Has Jeffree apologized to anyone? Unfortunately, I don't even have the answers to those questions. But Trisha Paytas has finally decided to spill a bit of tea about what's been going on behind the scenes. About a month ago now, one of Jeffree Star's longtime friends named Tab posted a video talking about all the bad things he's experienced Jeffree do during a trip they took together. I have a whole video on that already, so I'll have that link down below if you're interested. Well, in that video, Tab mentions that Jeffree was talking bad about a friend who left the hotel trip early. He says Jeffree made fun of this person's skin, weight, and issues. I think Tab found the situation extremely weird because Jeffree was really great friends with this person to their face, but as soon as they turned their back, he was apparently talking bad about them. It's kind of like that scene in Mean Girls where Regina's like, "Oh my god, I love your skirt, where did you get it?" And when she walks away, she's all like, "That's the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen." Tab never mentioned exactly who the friend was that Jeffree was speaking badly about, but he did show a message from this person thanking Tab for letting them know that Jeffree was speaking badly about them behind their back. From the message alone, it was very easy to tell that it was from Trisha. Now, Trisha actually denied that this was her, but we now know that she denied it out of fear and wanting to stay out of drama. But she did end up admitting that she was the one that Jeffree was speaking poorly about. Fast forward to the other day, Trisha posted a video called Jack in the Box Drama Live Footage. Now, the drama ended up being that her Rolls Royce couldn't fit through the drive-thru, which I'm sure we all can relate to. Besides that drive-thru tea, Trisha finally said something about Jeffree. She starts off by saying that she hates when people leak other people's DMs that were sent in private and without permission. She uses Tab as an example because he put her personal text messages about Jeffree making fun of her in his video to use as receipts. She then goes on to say Jeffree actually reached out to her to apologize for making fun of her once she left the hotel. When I heard this, I was kind of shocked because that one, confirmed that Tab was telling the truth and it did actually happen, and two, the fact that he even apologized in the first place. Now, if that apology is genuine or not is up to Trisha to decide, but it doesn't seem like she's moving too fast to accept it. She goes on to say that she isn't ready to accept his apology or become friends with him again. I will say, when Trisha was talking about this, it was very easy to see that this situation was pretty upsetting for her. Trisha and Jeffree did have what seemed to be a good friendship, and I think we can all relate to a so-called friend speaking badly about us behind our backs and how much it hurts. Trisha has done videos with Jeffree, he's been on her podcast, they've hung out, and they've eaten Taco Bell together. I mean, it looked like they had a pretty solid friendship, so I'm sure this was a huge deal to her. Trisha then explained how the situation just reminded her of Mean Girls. She said it was all petty, but she did go home and cry because it upset her so much. She mentions how a lot of friend groups have that one person in it where they're always gossiping and talking about other people, and some friends don't mind it, but she definitely does. In the text message that Tab showed in his video from Trisha, she also mentions how much he hurt her with the words he said to her face alone, let alone behind her back. Apparently, she was afraid to confront him because she'd be the one that ends up getting all the backlash and ultimately gets cancelled by his fans. Finally, Trisha says that she does think Jeffree is trying to work on himself, but at the same time, she also says that she thinks that he just can't help the way he is sometimes, which I don't totally agree with. I do think your past can affect how you act today, but Jeffree is an adult, and just because he has a bad past doesn't give him the green light to talk badly about his friends behind their backs. I gotta say, when all of this came out, I was actually expecting Trisha to be dropping a kitchen floor style video about Jeffree because he did really hurt her, but it was pretty refreshing to see the way she handled it. Trisha did post a few tweets back at the beginning of July, and a lot of people felt like she was talking about Jeffree. Although there's honestly been so much going on lately, she truly could have been talking about anyone at this point. She wrote, "So beyond past my limit. I tried taking the high road, but fuck it. YouTube ain't my career anyway, so come for me, ruin me, whatever. I'm gonna and say some." A lot of people were also expecting a kitchen floor style video to drop from her after that tweet, but nothing ended up coming from it until the mukbang video, which, like I said, was handled really well. While we're talking about all the Shane, Jeffree, and Tati drama, there have been a few new developments that are kind of interesting. There's been some speculation going around that Tati was demonetized by YouTube. Her social blade showed zeros all across the board and even showed she was making no money. A lot of people right away thought that meant she was demonetized, but I have a theory for why social blade is showing zeros. Tati deleted over 22 million views off of her channel. I don't know what exactly she deleted or why, but she did. Sometimes when you delete that many videos off your channel, social blade gets a little messed up and shows zero. She most likely deleted more views than she's made money on this year, which is why it looks like YouTube totally demonetized her channel. So far, the only one to have their channel demonetized is Shane Dawson. Now, speaking of Shane Dawson, he recently changed his profile picture on YouTube and Instagram. A lot of people think this might mean he's planning a big comeback soon. Some people thought Shane would never return, especially after being called out by the Smiths. But why would he change his picture if he wasn't planning a return to YouTube? I've seen a lot of people guessing that he might be planning to do a documentary on everything that's been going on behind the scenes, and that's why him and Jeffree are so quiet, but honestly, I don't think that would go over too well.